think I'm streaming. I'm not sure, and I did not prepare, so I'm doing everything on the fly right now. Okay, let me see. Going to my channel. Welcome in, Charlie's Beats. How's it going, Charlie? How's it going, Gibson? Gibson Lens. Actually, or should I say, Charlie? Hi, Charlie's Beats. How's it going? Twitch notification was fast this time? Oh, really? That's bizarre. Actually, now that you mention it, I saw that as well, and I thought that was strange. To me, I'm like, oh, it never goes that fast. I usually am streaming for like a minute, and then the notification goes off. So, but yeah, that's strange. Oh yeah, let me do the eyes before I feel left out. Okay. So I was looking at my spreadsheet. Believe it or not, tonight is the 69th Magic stream. Believe it or not. Let's see. Sorry, I did not prepare. I was running a little late because my kid. I was running a little. Okay, good. I mean, I assume that you guys can hear me, but I was running a little late because my kid was going to sleep later the last few days. It got messed up basically since Thanksgiving. So, all right. Thanks for whoever laid this heat map. I actually have a piece of candy in my mouth right now. I'm of the weird. So I like to let candy sit and dissolve in my mouth. So that's yeah. It's Halloween candy. All right, let's see. Yeah, so I literally didn't set anything up. I was just like, I'm already running late, and I know that people understand if I run late or if I had to cancel stream, but I haven't. I skipped a couple of Magic streams because I had to travel recently, so I'm like, I feel bad. There's no reason why. Didn't you say something about having some interesting cards for stream number 69? Charlie. Charlie. You're not wrong. I do remember saying this. All right. Let me make sure that they're physically present. And if not, I'll have to have an IOU. But let me just see. I do know what you're talking about, and I do know what I had intended. Um, okay. Guys, we're in luck. They are here. They are physically present. So it is at least possible for me to use them and show them. Charlie, why did you have to remember? I totally forgot about that until you mentioned that. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. um, okay, I'm going to actually give you a preview of just what the box looks like before we even get started. But they are official bicycle deck, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, manufactured by United States Playing Card Company. Are they bicycles? Hold on, let me just do a double check. Oh, no, maybe they're not bicycle. They feel a lot like bicycle, but I'll show you the box before we actually do anything with the cards. Um, but also sus. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is the deck. Reconnection successful. Got a screenshot. Oh, all right. Okay, all right. I mean, if it was the screenshot that was on screen. Hold on. I think I'm back on OBS. That was on screen. Okay, all right. I think we're back. And yeah. um, hold on. let me... An undressed sus emote? Oh my god. Charlie. Alright. Hey, I finally made it to your stream. Fatal Night, welcome in. We just suffered a technical outage, and then it came back. So... yeah. Ouch, that's rough. No worries. By the way, welcome. Yeah, we met at TwitchCon, sir. I believe we did. I don't recall where we met exactly. Fatal Night. Did we meet in line? Hold on. Let me also give you a follow. I was in line when you met a couple. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. I remember now. Yep. I remember. Okay. Awesome. All right. First things first. I haven't prepared anything, but welcome to Magic Stream number 69. Believe it or not, it is not my 69th stream because I started gaming, doing gaming streams. But okay. All right. So now that we're reconnected, OBS, yeah, sanctifies you live. Awesome. All right. So, couple things to note. For anybody who's here for the first time, hi, my name is Nam, and if I didn't meet you at TwitchCon, but I met Fatal Night. I like to do sleight of hand card magic, and I have a trick list. If anybody wants to check out the trick list, you can click on the link. It's a streamer song list that I literally shoved just tricks into it. And if you don't know what to request, you just do !random, and I'll put a random one in there. I haven't even warmed up yet. I actually wanted to even change my shirt, and I didn't do that, because now if I go upstairs, there's a risk of waking up my kid, my 2-year-old kid, and I'm not going to do that. For everybody who joins the stream this early, you get to see me put on my cheating gloves, and we'll go ahead and do that now. Here are my cheating gloves. There you go. Alright. And because it is also stream number 69, Charlie's Beats in chat has called me out on something, and has reminded me that I said I had a special deck of cards that I would pull out for stream number 60, for Magic Stream number 69, and we had to just go through the rigmarole of verifying that I had the deck physically present, which I do, and I totally forgot about it until Charlie mentioned something. So here we are. Anyway, also, I'd like to give an update on the current Twitch deck. So this is the current Twitch deck. If you saw me at TwitchCon, is not one of those. I do have those nearby, but if anybody would like to sign a card in the Twitch deck, we have 4 cards left to sign in the Twitch deck. Once these 4 are signed, then I will proceed to the next deck. But all of these are signed. And actually, Fatal Night, do you remember which card you signed at TwitchCon? Because if you would like to see, if you end up requesting a trick, and I can do it with any deck of cards, I believe it's in this box. I think it may have been one of the 7s. Excellent. So I can do a trick with these instead, if you would like. Let me see. Oh, the 7s. Oh, actually, maybe it's in the other deck. My mistake. Might have been in the blue one. Sorry. Seven of Hearts in the blue TwitchCon deck. There is Fatal Knight's signature. Quote-unquote signature. But yes. Yeah, let me know if you end up requesting something. I can try and perform the trick with this deck if able. There are some tricks in which I won't be able to because I may use... so I do use props sometimes. There are blank cards, for example. So that'd be an example where I can't use this because, you know, I need blank cards. And these aren't blank. But anyway, Great meeting you, Fatal Knight. Hopefully you enjoyed. I guess if you wanted to see some pics, I did have two streams where I recapped my entire TwitchCon experience and went through basically everything and all the pictures. So you can check those out. If those are not on Twitch anymore, they're probably on my YouTube now as well. The recap streams. But anyway, so let me warm up with something. You got a YouTube channel? Let's go. Yeah, I have a ton of stuff on my YouTube. So I put all of my my VODs that fall off retention over there. I also have extra magic tricks that go up every week. And then if you go like way back into the past, so about a month ago, I was looking and see how long I've been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for 17 years. So I've been on YouTube for a long time. And yeah, so my old content, I worked at a video store. So I watched movies and did movie reviews. I like card games and board games. I've done card game, board game tutorials. I did some 8-bit video game things before on my channel, so on my YouTube channel. So feel free to check those out if you want. But all of the most recent stuff is all sleight of hand magic. So okay, all right. Let's see, play stream. Obviously, the best, not the best. By the way, this is not the best warm up trick. Okay. All right, let me see what I can do here. And actually, knowing that you're here, Fatal Knight, let's maybe if you're around when I start doing the trick, let's see if you can interact with the stream. Actually, are you on mobile or are you on desktop? It would be handier if you were on desktop, but if you're not a big deal. I'm on desktop right now. All right, excellent. That is great news. Okay, so hang on tight. I'm just quickly. Mythos Mori! Welcome in, Mythos Mori! How's it going? I don't believe we've met, and if we have, I'm sorry, I've forgotten. Long story short, human memory is terrible, and then also, oi, magic time! Thank you so much for the raid, Mythos Mori. First, let me give you a follow before I forget anything else. And, let's see. Oh, thank you kindly for the follow. Mythos Mori, how was the stream? Also, thank you for everybody coming in, everybody who with the raid. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Hold on, these sound effects I think are because I opened up and there's an ad playing and I don't know where it is. Hold on. Yep, my apologies. Alright, better? Okay. Sorry. Let's see. Mythos Mori. A small D&D community made up of players that love the game. Awesome! That's so cool. I've seen some tabletop role-playing game streams. I don't really hang out with them that much, but is that what you were doing tonight? Let me just double-check. Once upon a time, I made my living as a magician. Super excited to see it. Oh, awesome, cool. I am a sleight of hand enthusiast, and like, I do basically just card tricks because, long story short, if you're familiar with being a magician, I just want to limit my everyday carry so I don't have to worry about showing everybody every trick under the sun. So, it's not live play, just a community event. Oh, okay, gotcha. Awesome. Let's see. Soul Eliminated, do you know who Elminster is in D&D? No. Are you him? No. So, short story. Although Elminster reminds me of actually a real magician that might be based on, I guess. Cards were my first and favorite love. Mythos Mori. Excellent. That's great. Alright, so let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way with a K, 2 E's, 3 N's. And I'd like to do sleight of hand card magic. So if anybody wants to request any tricks, I've basically co-opted a StreamerSonglist, and I just filled it with tricks, so there's no songs on there. I don't do music. I'm not a musician. But I can do magic, and this is the cue here, so I just queued one up to warm up, and we're actually going to be doing that trick right now. And we're going to be doing it for Fatal Knight. Are you still here? I just want to double check because I was going to have Fatal Knight interact. Yo, yes. All right, excellent. Okay. And then we're going to double check and make sure heat map's on. All right, glorious. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Fatal Knight, I need a card selected. And what we're going to do is, you know what? Why don't you just go ahead. You should be able to click directly on the screen, and you should be able to put a heat map on one of these cards. So go ahead and just click one of those cards, just kind of randomly in the middle of the deck. All right, so you've selected this one. Okay. I will assume that's you. If that's not you, let me know, but we'll double check. Okay. Yes, Fatal Knight. Great. Excellent. Okay, so this is the selection. I'm just going to go ahead and slide that out. And we're going to be doing something interesting with this selection. And first things first, I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck into about 4 equal parts. They don't have to be absolutely perfect, but just roughly the same. And what we're going to do is I'm going to flip these 2 packets over, and we're going to shuffle. We're going to do something strange, and this is actually going to hurt. If you're OCD, I'm sorry, but this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you, because I'm going to be the one that ends up having to clean it up at the end. But anyway, I'm going to shuffle face up into face down cards. Yes, that's happening. So here we are. If you're ready, there we go. And you'll see that they are actually interwoven, and I'm actually going to push them in. So here we go. You know, all in the name of magic, right? And then I'm gonna flip this packet, and we're gonna do it again. And then we're gonna do it again. And so now we have a huge jumble of cards. And now we're going to try and find your card. Okay, there's a slight problem with this because your card, we never did anything with it, did it? It's right here. Actually, let me just slide it under the heat map just for, we can pretend that you're holding on to that. Okay, you know what? Maybe we can do something a little bit different. And for those of you who have been here in the stream before, everybody knows that I don't have any magical talent. But anytime I get into a situation like this, we have the true magical talent of the stream here. And that magical talent, if you have the emotes, feel free to spam them, is our lovely friend, the Deck Sock. The Deck Sock has all of the true magical powers, has more MP than me, and when I get into a bind, I totally call upon the Deck Sock's help. Yeah, spam those emotes. Alright. Thanks, Gibson Lens, Charlie's Beats. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have the Deck Sock go ahead and touch the cards and do some magic. And then hopefully we will figure out how I will recover from this trick. Alright, okay. You won't be able to hear the Deck Sock whispering because it's telepathically speaking to me. But okay, it's telling me to go ahead and take it off of the deck, and then spread the cards. Okay, this way or that way? Does it matter? Okay, all right, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're gonna spread, and then what I'm gonna have. Okay, so the Deck Sock told me to tell you guys that this might be way more impressive instead of looking at this card and then losing it in the deck. Maybe you guys should be able to tell which card it is. So here we are. Something interesting is happening. Fatal Knight, just general question. You had a free choice of like a handful of cards. You picked that one. And I just want to let you know that if we extract some of the cards, there's a bunch of cards face up, but there's only some of them, right? So look, if I just pull out the Ace of Hearts, the 2 of Hearts, the 3 of Hearts, the 4 of Hearts, the 5 of Hearts, the 6 of Hearts, then it looks like the 7 is missing, the 8 of Hearts, the 9 of Hearts, the 10 of Hearts, the Jack of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts, is that still on camera? And the King of Hearts. So important question, Fatal Knight. I guess 2 questions. The first question is, what card did you sign from this TwitchCon deck again? That's number 1. And number 2, what card, and this is to chat, all of chat, what card do we think this is? 7 of Hearts is Fatal Knight's answer. And if we take a look at the rest of the deck, there's nothing there. And if I go ahead and flip this over, we'll do this as slow as possible. This is the Seven of Hearts, signed by Fatal Knight. Oh my god. Fatal Knight. Well done. Yes, sir, that's mine, says Fatal Knight. And that, my friends, is our warm-up trick for today. Play it straight triumph. Okay. Whew. All right. So, first things first. Thank you so much for that request. Oh, no, wait. That was mine. Thank you so much for participating in that one, Fatal Knight. But hopefully you enjoyed. So, that was the first trick of the night. All right, next. Thank you so much for the raid, Mythos Mori. If you would like to request a trick, I would love to perform a trick for you in the community for the raid. Thank you so much. And then also, my apologies. I was kind of in mid-trick when the raid happened. But let me just thank and say hi to everybody. So thank you for stopping in and saying hi. CFP 3157, Soliminator, of course, Mythos Mori, Joey Wibbles, Deja Sato, Dewey Doozy Daisy. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. Let's see. Do you have an oil and water routine? The answer is yes, and I believe I have 3 of them. So if you want to have one, I could show you. You know, there's 2 of them that I like to do like back to back. So you know what? Let me go ahead and do that. And I'll just throw that in there for you, Mythos Mori. I like that. Someone who knows what they want, which means they know a little something about magic. I'm kind of thrilled because oftentimes people who come in, they are not magicians, obviously, so they don't know the names of like all of the tricks. Oh, it got the other one. All right, oil and water. All right, so we'll do classic first, and then we'll do face up. We'll do that. I was actually learning a new version of oil and water. I'm not ready to perform the other new one, but yeah, I have another one on my list. And then I learned a new one recently, but I'm not prepared to do the new one. Oh yeah, excellent. We have some heat maps. Thank you for the heat maps, everybody. Delicious. Okay, alright. Let's see here. Let me just grab some cards to perform this trick with. Okay, here we go. Solemnator, did you just laugh at the the heat maps being eaten? Yes. All right. Cool. All right. So excellent. Aside from these cards being signed, you can disregard that because most of the cards in this deck are signed. If anybody would like to sign a card, we have a Twitch deck that we're trying to sign. We have 4 cards left that are not signed. They're all clubs, so clubs is like the least popular suit. But anyway, and I guess just hey, welcome in Lennon Piano. How's it going? And also for Mythos Mori. So yeah, this is one of my favorite handlings of oil and water. And if you know a little bit about magic, you can see. So this is Ed Marlowe's, but I'm using Helder's handling. So if that intrigues magician. Basically, to everybody who's not a magician, probably not that interesting. But magicians might care about that. Ooh, fun. Okay, great. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and... let me actually present this as a real, and not just to the magician, but for everybody else. So this trick simulates mixing oil and water together. So right now, I have here red face cards, and we have black spot cards. And I just want to let you know that at a glance, you would never mix these up, right, with black spot cards, right? You would never mix these up with red face cards. So, what we're going to do is use these to simulate this scientific, quote unquote, observation. When you attempt to mix oil and water, they don't mix. They end up separating. So what we want to do is I turned the red face cards face down, and I'm going to go ahead and turn, and I'm going to have the black spot cards in my hand. Now, we're going to intermix them here, and I'll lay them intermixing here. So, black, red. We'll do that again. Black, red. Black, red, black, red. Okay, now we'll just give it a second. I'll do that as slowly as possible. If we take a look at the bottommost card, we'll see that the black spot card has sunken down to the bottom. And if we look at the top card, the red face card has come up to the top. I know that that won't be that impressive because it's just 2 cards. But when I show you that all of the red face cards have come up to the top, that's a little bit more intriguing. And then, of course, all of the black spot cards have sunken down to the bottom. Is that bizarre? That's super bizarre, right? Because these aren't actually oil and water. They're just cards. But that's okay. I don't see any applause in chat, so I will go ahead and do that again. So once again, we have the 4 red face cards, putting those down right there. We have the 4 black spot cards. And maybe you thought, hey, it was super easy to start. Thank you for the clap, Fatal Knight. It's okay, it's okay. We end up doing the second phase anyway. So maybe you thought that perhaps I started with black spot cards last time and they sunk down to the bottom, and that was easier to do. So maybe it would be more impressive if this time we started with a red face card. So let me go ahead and place a red face card face down. And then we're going to go ahead and place a black spot card face down. And then, of course, a red face card face down. Black spot card, red, black, red, black. And now, if we just give it a second, they'll separate. I don't know why it required that sound effect, but just trust me, it helps. You know, they have separated technically, right? So I could just end this routine as a comedy routine right there. But actually it would be way more impressive. And I did just talk it up. So last time the black spot card sunk down to the bottom, but we started with a red one, right? So if we wanted to keep consistency with the simulation, if we take a look at the bottommost card, that should be a black spot card, even though it kind of goes against like intuition, right? It shouldn't do that. And look, that is a black spot card, and that means that the top card should be a red face card. Right. Okay, so that consistently makes sense. And if I ended it right here, nobody would be impressed. But when I show you the rest of them, so if we look at the next bottommost card, the next bottommost card, and the next bottommost card, and then of course the next topmost card, topmost card, topmost card, we did have a separation of the red face cards and the black spot cards. And that, my friends, is one of the classic plots of card magic, oil and water. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Lennon Piano. Deja Saito. Am I saying that right? Deja. Let me know if there's a different pronunciation you would like. Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How's it going? Oh, yeah, thanks for shouting out Chan the Magic Man. If anybody is looking for more magic on Twitch, there are not that many streamers that stream magic on Twitch. One of the other ones is in chat right now, Chan the Magic Man. Please give Chan a follow. Chan normally does Magic Mondays, so check him out. Let's see. Fatal Knight says, great trick! Awesome. Yeah, so Fatal Knight, because I met you at TwitchCon, there was a handful of tricks I could not show because I prefer having a table, or I like having a table to do them. And so, yeah, so now you have the ability to see me doing tricks that are not just like standing up. Ooh, people want to feed me heat maps. Excellent. Delicious. Thank you for the heat maps. everybody. If you didn't know, heat maps recharge my MP, so I get more magic points. So it's just as you guys know. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. Fatal Knight, Gibson Lens, Lennon Piano, Charlie's Beats. Let's see. Chance says, I'm doing great. How about you? Excellent. I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little tired, and then I was running a little bit late today. I guess I started stream a few minutes late, but I did address that at the beginning, and then we had a technical issue. So Fatal Knight says, yeah, I'm sure it would have been easier with a table versus being in line. Yeah, walking/standing. Yeah, so when I'm walking/standing, I had to choose like just very specific tricks. So my walk around gig was like just 5 or 6 tricks basically, and then now with the table, I can do a whole lot of other stuff. So. Lennon Piano, thank you for the Doritos. Chan the Magic Man says, lol. I assume that's because I forgot I was like eating or whatnot. But anyway, welcome into stream number 69. Believe it or not. So, just to fill everybody else in, Charlie called me out on I don't know if it was a promise per se, but something that I had alluded to. I'd gotten a deck and it would have been perfect for the 69th stream. And here we are tonight on the Magic Stream. I'm just going to give people a glance at it through this camera up here. I will take it out later, but not yet. And it is this deck. And actually, as soon as I showed this deck, that was when the technical issue happened. OBS somehow knew, and it disconnected. And so, there we go. So that's the deck. We'll be pulling that out later. But anyway, okay, so... Mythos Mori, thank you for the request, and actually that was just for the first half of your request. We will do the other. Yeah, the king is naked. Yep, we'll get there. We'll get there. There are 12 whole face cards in the undressed deck, so we'll check that. Fatal Knight says, "Oh dang, the forbidden deck." Oh, I don't even know if it's forbidden, but Chan says, "Cool." All right, Mythos Mori, here we go. We are now going to be performing the Face Up Oil and Water. This is known as a different name, but it's by Roy Walton. So if you want some more details on it later, Mythos more, you let me know. And if you don't really have any preference, that's not a big deal. All right, so I'm just going to dispense with the whole oil and water talk because I like to present this one a lot differently. All right, so I have the same set of cards, the 4 red face cards and the 4 black spot cards. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take one of each of these and put them in the opposite piles. So we'll do that, and we'll do this. Okay, and what we're going to do is just square them up. Now, for those of you who have seen magicians before, when they do something like snapping their fingers, a lot of the times it might be just for effect. But sometimes they are actually using the snap to do something wholly more impressive. And it is actually that, well, let me just show you. I'm going to go ahead and snap over both of these right now. And I know that the frame rate, I don't know what Twitch is, 24, sorry, 24 frames per second. I'm sure that plays into my favor a little bit. But what I just did was I just kicked the odd card from each pile back into the other pile. So, just to show you, these are all black spot cards right now. So, and same thing, these are all red face cards. And you're probably wondering, what? How did that? I know, it's strange. But, okay, we'll do it again. So what I want to do is I'm going to place 2 black spot cards here, 2 black spot cards there. I don't know why I have this throat thing going on, but anyway, my apologies. And then we have red face cards, so we'll go ahead and place those 2 there. I'm going to take 2 red face cards, place them on 2 black spot cards, 2 black spot cards, place them on 2 red face cards. We'll square those up, and of course, let me go ahead and do this strange thing. The mechanical snap. I just kicked 2 cards so that the respective piles will now be correct. So if I take a look in this pile right now, we'll see these are all red face cards. I know, is that strange? It's super strange, right? That shouldn't be happening. That's a little bit bizarre. How about over here? This should be all black spot cards, right? I know, interesting. Okay, this is the only part of the trick where it does claim face up, so we are going to do something face down here. But here, I'm just going to go ahead and grab one card from each of the piles. We will swap them. And then here's the face down part. And then what we're going to do is snap. And believe it or not, I've just corrected that card in the opposite pile. I know it's hard to believe, but here, take a look. Red face cards, black spot cards. And that, my friends, is the face-up version. I presented it a little bit differently because that's how I like to present it. So, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And once again, Mythos Mori, thank you so much for the raid. Hopefully you enjoyed both Oil and Waters. And, of course, anything else you decide to stick around for. I understand if you have to go because, you know, when you're streaming, you might be tired. You might have to get a bite to eat. You might have to go to sleep. I totally get it. But thank you so much for bringing your community over. And if you end up sticking around, feel free to request more. Requests are free here, so I think you just have to be a follower, basically. Let's see. Oh dang! Oh no, sorry, I read that. A Fatal Knight says, "Me watching very closely, but still really cool trick." Excellent. Lennon Piano has sus eyes. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Solemnator, Gibson Lens, Mythos Mori, Lennon Piano, Dejaceto. Dejaceto. I'm gonna say it that way from now on, if unless some of you. And Charlie's Beats, thank you. All right, cool. All right. I can never decide how to say it either. Oh, okay, all right. It's not just me. All right, that's okay. If I just make the name as epic sounding as possible, even if it's incorrect, it'll be epic every time. So I hope you're okay with that. Dejisato. Okay. All right. Full disclosure. This next trick I'm going to do with fresh cards. Long story short. So. Actually, wait. I should use... Okay, this will be the first instance in which we can use the undressed... Can we use the undressed deck? Okay, yeah. Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. And this is, wait, Revolver Classic version. Okay, so hold on. I'm mentally... I'm mentally brainstorming. I'm trying to come up with a way to do this on the fly. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm not revealing secrets of magic right now. Okay, great. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Oh god, I almost spilled a ton of cards. That would have been bad. I saved it. Hold on. Man, this is the problem with using a fresh deck. So I've never used this undressed deck before. Like for actual, I fiddled around with cards for like a minute and then I put them back in the box. Okay, all right. Let's see. Joey Wheeler says, haha. Okay, is nudity allowed on Twitch? Certainly human nudity is definitely not. I've heard and seen worse. Yeah, for sure. I don't know if artwork would constitute... I mean, they're not like photorealistic artworks. They totally... Anyway, I'm just using... Okay, you guys will see here. All right. Here. Okay, so we have 4 cards. We have the Ace of Hearts, Ace of Diamonds, 2 of Diamonds, 3 of Diamonds, and 4 of Diamonds. And what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and use these to simulate bullets being shot, from a revolver. And we're going to simulate that by turning them all face down. And all we have to do is hold out our hand in our hand gun and then say bang. And so now if we take a look, the ace of diamonds will have turned itself face down. So look, here's our 3 of diamonds or 2 of diamonds, here's our 4 of diamonds, but the ace has turned itself face down. I know, that's super interesting, right? But now we want the second bullet to be shot, which will be simulated by turning the 2 of diamonds face down. And so we'll just go ahead and hold our handgun, bang. And actually, if you guys are fans of Cowboy Bebop, you can imagine the scene in which Spike says bang. All right. But look, if I show you, here's our 3 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds, and the 2 is now face down. I know. Interesting. So now let's go ahead and simulate our third bullet. Bang. So here's our 4, our ace, our 2, and of course our 3 is face down. And then finally, we will have to have our 4 turned face down. So here's our 2, our ace, our 4, and there's our 3. And here's the thing. I do want to let you know that if we go ahead and show you the backs of all of these cards, they are from our new undressed deck, right? But there was some controversy as to whether I should use it or not. And I think based on the fronts, it's basically okay. However, sometimes you just want to be extra careful and you don't want to risk using an undressed deck. So hold on, I've just changed them. They are now, instead of the undressed deck, they are just a regular bicycle deck. I know. From the front, you can't tell. They look identical. But let me just show you the backs now, because here, all of the backs are now red bicycle backs. And there we are. And that, my friends, is Revolver. Hopefully you enjoyed. And the fact that I was able to just somehow incorporate... Chan, the Magic Man, thank you so much for the applause. The fact that I can incorporate the undressedness in that whole presentation was kind of mind-boggling. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, Fatal Knight, Lennon Piano, and De Justito. Oh yeah, reminder, if you've been sitting around for a while and you haven't hydrated, please go hydrate. Alright. And that was Revolver. Next we have Family Unit. Chan the Magic Man. Okay, alright. Alright, guys. Okay. I think I've avoided it long enough. I think I have to do Family Unit with the deck. So, let me see here. First things first. Let me show you the deck. And, okay, so the backs all look like this. Well, gonna take a shower and prepare for sleeping crazy. Alright, Lennon, thank you so much for stopping in. Hopefully you had a great day, and hopefully you have a restful night. And, take care. We'll see you around, Lennon. Okay, so these are the backs. And as you saw, so here's the jokers. The jokers are basically a set of clothes. And then here's the ace of spades. Okay, and I will just show you that the numbers all look basically normal from the front. Okay, I'm obviously doing this for a reason. So we're going to have a surprise reveal of all the face cards. Hold on, I'm missing the 4. That's right. Because I used it. Alright, there we go. Okay, alright, now. Alright, that's all the normal stuff. These are the only ones that are different. Okay, so now let's collect these up. So here are the real stars of this particular... Oh, if anybody cares about the about... hold on, there's too much glare on that. Okay, I'm just going to hold this up for a second. Okay, if anybody cares, take a screenshot, but this is about the deck. Okay. Alright, now, welcome to the 69th Magic stream I've ever had. And, okay, the good news is, if there is nudity, there is, how shall we say, some pips covering up things. So that'll be, alright. Here we go. So first things first, let's look at the spades. We have the Jack of Spades, the Queen of Spades, the King of Spades. Yes, that's right. Those are the spades. Next, we have the Jack of Diamonds, Queen of Diamonds, King of Diamonds. Charlie's Beats has got all the emotes now. Solemnator says, "Oh my." Yeah, FYI, just to fill everybody else in, we never use this deck. This is the first time chat has ever seen it, but I figured, and because Charlie called me out on it, we gotta use it. And also, I invested in the deck to have it, and like for purposes like this, so you know. Those kings be pretty plump, says the Trek Nerd. Welcome in, the Trek Nerd. How's it going? And then here we have the King of Clubs, the Queen of Clubs, and the Jack of Clubs. Fatal Knight says, "Wow." I know, right? Jeez. Insanity. Okay, and then we have the King of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts, and the Jack of Hearts. The King of Clubs is ripped. Is he? Oh, okay. Are you saying it because he has a six-pack there? How about all the other kings? Nope. He's... Yeah, okay, yep. That's the only king that has abs. Nobody cares. This is insane, says Chan the Magic Man. Like the Queen of Hearts flower. Oh, yes. That's actually, yeah, all the other ones have pips, I think, strategically covering them. Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. But yeah, that flower is doing some work, I guess. Okay, alright, so now the reason why I was like, hey, this is probably perfect because this trick, this upcoming trick called Family Unit, uses all of the face cards. And so that is the most appropriate thing. Okay, I'd expect the jacks to be jacked, says the Trek Nerd. Fatal Knight's got the lull. And then, yo, says Jimmy Kaner. Welcome in, Jimmy Kaner. How's it going? You are just in time to see the dirtiest deck on all of Twitch. So, yeah. Alright, okay. Alright, okay. So here we go. Family Unit with the undressed deck here on the 69th Magic stream. Okay, so first things first. We need all of the face cards, and here we have them. But we could just give this a little bit of a mix. And let's see, if anybody was here, I could present the packet to you and you can cut it. So in lieu of somebody being physically here, if anybody who's on desktop wants to click on a card, we will cut at that card. So we will cut here. And then whoever did the second one, that was the fourth card down, right? 2, 4, we'll cut here. All right, and then we'll just spread it. I'm just going to eat these heat maps, and then we'll just do one more round of cuts if anybody wants. Wait. Delicious. Okay, all right. We'll give anybody one more chance if anybody wants to cut. Cut one card? Okay. All right, cut these two cards in between these two cards? Okay, all right, we'll do that. Okay, great. Okay, we're good. FYI, when I first started introducing the heat map and people clicking a bunch of things, I literally just spent, I think it was like 4 minutes, just being like, okay, anybody else want to click something on the heat map? And we just went back and forth for like 4 minutes. Not that that isn't fun, but I don't want to do that every time. Also, these heat maps are delicious. Okay, all right. So, all right, what we are going to do with. Okay, hold on. Hands up. I'm not doing anything. Just welcome in, Alchemutation. How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. How's it going, Alchemutation? Surprise! Welcome in, raiders. Craig, thank you so much for the raid. How is your stream? I need to keep up keep up on my record. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the count is. What did I say last time? 14 or something? So you're probably up to like 15, 16 now, because I don't know if we counted. I forgot if we counted last time. But anyway, guys, if you're not following our friend Alchemutation, first of all, Alchemutation, the #1 raider to this channel. I think we said that Craig had raided here like 15 or 16 times. If not, it's probably there now. But yeah, so Craig, follow. So first of all, he's a strong supporter of the Twitch Magic community. Is a mod for basically all of the other Twitch magicians. Plays guitar, so if you want to listen to some music, we call it Smilecore. So if you're not following, and if you're listening to Smilecore and you're not smiling, it's probably not Craig. Just letting you know. But anyway, thank you so much for the raid. It was a tech nightmare, but chat lifted my spirits. You know, we had a technical issue at the beginning of the stream here today, so we're feeling you. I mean, I don't know if, you know, how frustrated you got, but yeah, technology by itself is kind of a pain in the butt. But anyway, thank you so much for the raid. We are in the middle of a trick, and actually, good timing, Alchemutation. You may appreciate the artwork on these, because this deck is called the Undressed Deck, and we are using all the face cards. So we actually just had everybody. We just showed off all of the images, but I'm gonna do the trick now, and you'll see them as we come up. So anyway, here we go. I don't even remember where we are in the trick. So okay, first things first. We need. Ooh, let's get naked, says Alchemutation. All right. Okay. All right. I need to start with one of these piles. Which pile should I start with first? If you're on desktop, I just go to the one that has the most heat maps. So feel free to click directly on the screen, and whichever pile has the most heat maps. All right. I see 3 on this one, so we're going to start with this one. Okay. So first things first. I need to tell you what a family unit is prior to. So a family unit consists of a king, a queen, and a jack, all of the same suit. And we know that none of them are wearing suits here, so we're talking about the card suit. All right, and that's what's going to happen. All right, so and all the family units are really good at finding each other. So all right, first things first. We have this is our Jack of Hearts. Okay, so let me go ahead and place the Jack of Hearts here. Now, if the family units are really good at finding each other, these should be. Let me try and put these into their heart household. But actually, as it turns out, these are not the heart household. These are actually part of the clubhouse. As you can see, this is the jack, king, and queen of clubs instead. Interesting. Once again, I'll put these off to the side, so if anybody wants to admire the artwork for a little bit, I guess feel free. Okay. All right, now for everybody. Yeah, birthday suits. I mean, basically, everything is covered up by. Actually, yeah, these are literal birthday. Just the suit. All right. OMG. Okay. All right. For anybody who wants to move their heat map, now is the time. I'm gonna go to the one that has the most heat maps for the second pile. Looks like we have 3 here and 2 over there, so we'll go over here. All right, so now we're going to try and find our second family unit. So if we take a look, that's the Queen of Spades. So if I go ahead and place the Queen of Spades over here, and we try and just grab some cards. So this should be the Spade household, right? But when we try and put it in the Spade household, we were mistaken. It was not actually the Spade household. It was actually the Heart household the entire time, because look, we have the Jack of Hearts, the King of Hearts, and the Queen of Hearts. Once again, if anybody wants to admire their artwork, I'll leave it on screen right now. Left pile is best pile. Okay, now I need to arrange these. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clear these heat maps. Delicious. And I just need to arrange these in a... so if you choose... So whoever first gives me a combination, if you go 1, 2, 4, I will take the 1 pile, place it on the 2, then place it on the 4. If you say 2, 4, 1, I will take the middle pile, place it on the 4, grab all of those, place it on the 1. Okay, so Alchemy Mutation says 4, 2, 1. So I will take the 4, place it on the 2, place it on the 1. Okay, so we're getting really frustrated because we can't pinpoint the next family unit, even though they're really good at finding each other. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try and force the next one together, just so that, you know, there's some sort of like civil consistency. It's like, we know who lives in that house, right? So that's what we're going to try to do. So look, we have the Jack of Diamonds. So we'll place the Jack of Diamonds there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to force the King of Diamonds to be with the Jack of Diamonds. And then we're going to need to try and find the Queen of Diamonds right there. And we'll force the Queen of Diamonds to go there. And so, of course, that means this must be the Diamond household. But once we look around in the house, we discover that no, this is actually the Spade household. This is the King of Spades, the Queen of Spades, and the Jack of Spades. And of course, this has to be the Diamond household by default, but we had to go through a lot of hoops to find them correctly. And this is indeed the King of Diamonds, the Queen of Diamonds, and the Jack of Diamonds. And that, my friends, is Family Unit with the undressed deck of cards here on the 69th Magic Stream of mine. There we are. This is so funny. And I can Craig, you're laughing too. Yes. Why do you want to find out which one's the clubhouse? I mean, I hear they have a great swing. Club swing. Yes, that's what I meant. So many jokes here. So many jokes here. Oh my god. Alchemy Mutation says King of Diamonds letting himself go. Yeah, here we go. King of Diamonds, yeah. Letting himself go. He's also a lush, because, you know, look at that wine glass right there. King of Spades has so much confidence. We did actually discuss the king. So here's the King of Spades. But the King of Clubs, somebody had called out earlier, has abs. And as we checked, there's nobody else with abs. So this is like the most the most jacked king, if you will. Yeah, insert all the funny jokes you want there. Chan the Magic Man, thank you for the claps. That was hot. Thank you, Ken, for the claps. Alchemy Mutation, and also thank you for the raid. I know you raided in during that trick, but if Craig, if you would like to request something, or if you want me to do a trick for the raid, let me know, or just type !random, and we'll get one in there for you. Let's see here. Thank you so much for the claps. Charlie's Beats, the Fire Gibson Lens. Pope Wit, welcome in. How's it going? Naturist Families. Yep. Let's see. Jacked King, lol. The King of Spades is still my favorite. I mean, that's okay. I don't have to tell you which one your favorite is. You can make your own mind which one is your favorite. I'm going to say I don't have a favorite. They're all great. To some extent. Okay. All right. So that was... All right, the queue is empty, everybody. If anybody would like to request anything, now is a good time, so feel free. And of course, if you want to see some... Wait, what are... Oh, thank you for the follow! Solimnator! Actually, let me just go back and just make sure I thanked everybody for all the follows. Soliminator, thank you for the follow. Mythos Mori, once again, thank you for the raid and the follow. Oh, and I think that was it. Okay, cool. And thank you for the raids, Mythos Mori and Alchemutation. Alright, cool. And Deja Seto, thank you for the follow. Pope Wit says, that thing about a naturist wedding, you know who the best man is. Pun intended? Is that... Hold on. Why can't I hear any sound effects? I feel like I should be able to hear sound effects right now. Or... Lol. Also, hi. Doozy Daisy, thank you for the follow. Okay, let me see here. We have Little Devil as requested by Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie. Let's go ahead and select... Okay, I'm going to go back to the Twitch deck so we can use cards that have been signed by some people. And I know that Charlie's Beats is the 5 of Hearts. And let me find... Let's see. Let me find a bunch of cards to represent the devil here. Okay. And this is Little Devil. Okay, alright, good. Just gotta make sure. Okay, before we proceed, I just do want to double check and just make sure... oh, that's weird, because I have been hearing them, so that should not be a problem. Alright. Hold on, nobody be alarmed when this happens. Okay, I heard that. That's been no problem. Okay, that's weird. Okay, and maybe I just have to figure out some weird settings for some sounds or whatever. But, okay. Alright, Craig, you have requested something. Alright, Little Devil's quick, so I'm just gonna do that, and I just prepped for it, so, and then we'll do Fantastic Four. Okay. Alright, so here we have Charlie's Beats. He is represented by the 5 of Hearts, the requester of this trick. And then I have 4 black face cards. And these will represent the devils. Mythos you have requested a dad joke. Alright, hold on. We're gonna pause this trick for a dad joke. I'll come back. Alright, here we go. Wait, I gotta find a good one. I don't want to let new people down. Oh, actually, wait. Okay, hold on. Normally, I would have legitimate dad jokes, like for example, you know, how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? And the answer is 10 tickles. Get it? Okay. So that's what I normally would do. But because tonight is the 69th magic stream, we're gonna go a little bit different. Right? Alright, here we go. OMG, great dad joke. Oh, right. I mean, I didn't come up with that one. Yeah, see, and you're supposed to get the face palm from Charlie's Beats. But you know what? No, we're gonna do something else. Okay. Alright. Okay. And my apologies, I do not mean any offense with these jokes, but these are some of the jokes that I've collected that are dirty jokes, and so these are 69th Magic Stream version of dad jokes. Okay. What does a deaf gynecologist do? What does a deaf gynecologist do? He reads lips. Okay, all right, that was the first one, and then so normally I like to just give a couple of jokes. So that was the first one. All right, this one. All right, so there was this guy once telling us a story about how he went to a party last weekend. So they were playing heaps of great music, allegedly, but they played the twist, so he did the twist. They played jump, so he jumped. And then they played Come On Eileen. He was banned from all parties going forward forever. Yes, thank you, Gibson Lens, for the disclaimer warning as my mod. Intended for certain audiences, i.e., hopefully this is the late night crowd, because I do normally stream late night, but okay. Don't walk away, Aileen. It's funny because I knew people named Eileen and Aileen, and they are spelled differently, but yeah. I got kicked out of a bar for that once. Says Pope Wit. Okay, all right. So that was the dad joke. Thank you for the dad joke redeem, Mythos Mori. And if you were wondering so normally you would get tamer dad jokes. Today, that's what you get today. All right. JK, don't know Dexy's Midnight Runners. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to be doing Little Devil. So we have the 5 of hearts representing Charlie's beats, and then we have the 4 black face cards to represent the devil. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place Charlie's beats right there. And these are going to represent the various levels of hell. And so we're going to place Charlie here in the 2nd level of hell. You'll know because it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But if you are familiar with the main trick, the Devil's Elevator, the Little Devil is just a portable version of that. And whenever you're in a level of hell, you want to get to the topmost level to try and get out as soon as possible. And so the easiest way to do that is, just so you know, hell is a business. So they have a maintenance elevator. So when you approach the maintenance elevator, if you're in a level of hell, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to get in this maintenance elevator. Press the up elevator button. And that should bring you up to the surface, or at least to the top level hell, which is the easiest one to get to the surface. So sometimes the elevator is broken, but let's go ahead and... Does Charlie know how to press the up elevator? Thank you so much for the follow, Sage61. Thank you so much. Is that I'm Uni? Hello, welcome in, I'm Uni. How's it going? Thank you so much for the ding. And if we take a look, Charlie has actually found his way up to the top. And great. So now what we're going to do is Charlie had gotten the scorn of the devil, and the devil's like, yo, you got to come back down. I'm going to put you in a lower level, in the 3rd level of hell now, Charlie. So Charlie's going to get put in the 3rd level of hell. And then he knows how to get out. He's seen this trick before, both versions. He goes in, he presses the up elevator button. Let's see if he can get out this time. Just in time for this trick. Lol. Doo-doo-doo. Usually we have to wait for a ding. Well, Charlie's Beats has saved himself with a ding this time. Excellent. So now if we show you, look, Charlie's Beats has made it up to the surface. But now, once again, the devil finds him and decides, hey, Charlie, yo, you can't keep on doing this. Actually, maybe one of the other devils like, Charlie, we're going to have to put you in the 4th level of hell. So here we go. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And there we go. He finds the elevator, goes in, presses the up elevator button. Chan the Magic Man gets the ding. And of course, here, Charlie knows how to get up to the top. There we are. And now some people believe that perhaps Charlie is just hiding around in all of hell, but no. If I show you, these are all of the black face cards that we've been using as the devil the entire time. Now, if we cleanly place Charlie in the 5th level of hell, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, we close that up. He finds the elevator, decides he's going to walk in, perhaps presses the elevator button, or perhaps escapes. In the most popular way, people like to escape from the 5th level of hell here. Hey-oh! FYI, that just reminded me of an Undertale moment. Alright, so, tricks on me. He ended up using the elevator this time, and here is Charlie's Beats escaping the levels of hell. Well done. And that was the Little Devil. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. Wrong button! Yeah, just so if anybody cared, normally what happens here on stream is people escape because they get transported out. Yeah, that like quite literally via Star Trek transporter. All right. Let's see. Thank you so much for the claps. Alchemmutation, Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, I'm Uni. Alchemmutation has redeemed gigantic cards. I cannot do this trick with gigantic cards. So, we'll give you a choice, Alchemmutation. If you want to request something else that hopefully has the word impromptu in it, and then maybe I can do it. To be fair, yeah, I do have to use... so I have set aside a packet for the Fantastic Four trick. So, if you want your points back, let us know. We'll give you points back. If you don't, then we'll figure out something. Do the trick and then do something with big cards. All right, sounds good. Okay. Actually, yeah, we'll just do a Magician's Choice. How's that? Magician's Choice. And then I'll figure out what to do with the gigantic cards there. All right. So, for anybody who does not know or has not been here before, I'm a relatively new magician. I mean, quote-unquote relatively new, being like, I got into magic like 4 years ago. But I have come up with a trick, and this is one of them. So let's go ahead and I do have to grab it. So yeah, this is the packet that the cards come out of. So I have to use these cards. And I think if you see the progression, you'll understand why. Understood, yes. All right. Okay. Here we are. Yeah, also, once we use the gigantic cards, I'm sure I can try and use put some, there's some dirty jokes in there with gigantic cards. Anyway. All right, so, here we have the Fantastic Four. They're not known as the Fantastic Four yet. They are actually just four scientists going up in a spaceship, and they don't have their powers yet, but they're gonna get it because when they go up, our four characters, they are Mr. Fantastic. Sorry, he's not known as Mr. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm, and they go through an anomaly and they get their powers. Now, we're going to have each one of them be represented by a card, and we're going to try and demonstrate each of their powers. And so first things first, we have the Two of Clubs. The Two of Clubs is going to represent Reed Richards, and Reed Richards gets this strange power to be able to stretch himself. And I don't know if you know how difficult it is to stretch yourself as like a human being or like as a person, but if I just push and pull from both sides, you'll see that the Two of Clubs is stretching beyond the normal size of a playing card. And so that's what Reed Richards, his power. And he will be known as Mr. Fantastic. And the thing is, once he gets really good at this, he can actually hold his shape for a little while. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out. He can hold his shape for a while, right? But he can't hold it for too long because he just got the power. He's not used to it yet. So, and that is Reed Richards. Now, what we need to do next is let's go find the next person. The next person is going to be represented by the Queen of Hearts, and the Queen of Hearts is going to represent Sue Storm. Alchemmutation says, what? So Sue Storm is going to be known as the Invisible Woman, and she's going to find a way to become invisible. She has some other powers, but basically she's going to be known by her name, the Invisible Woman, because she's going to be able to turn invisible. Now, I can't tell her when to turn invisible. She's got a very sassy sense of humor, and she won't listen to anybody. But when she wants to turn invisible, that's when she turns invisible. I know. That's super weird. Super bizarre, right? And once again, I can't bring her back when I want. What? Says Alchemmutation. But she'll come back when she wants to. And that's when she wants to. Next, we have the Thing Ben Grimm becomes the thing. Now, Ben Grimm becomes extraordinarily strong, and I don't know how we're going to properly show you the strength of this. Let me grab my phone, actually. If I just show you, we have a random Joe Schmo, aka this Joker, try and hold the phone. This is what a regular card can do to my heavy phone. Cannot support it, cannot hold it. Even if I try and like just bend the card just to give it a little bit more stiffness, that doesn't work. But Ben Grimm, the thing, will be able to hold the phone when you tell him. No effort. I don't even have to do any sort of shenanigans. So that's how strong the thing is. And then finally we have Johnny Storm, also known as the... Wait, Alchemedition says, hold the phone! Ben Grimm must be pretty stiff. Craig, for that, you know what you earned for today. You earned this. There you go. Alright, okay. So, finally we have Johnny Storm, also known as... what's he known as? The Human Torch. So, he's going to be represented by the Seven of Spades. Now, the Seven of Spades, if he says flame on, that's when he goes fiery bright red. And that's what he changes into. And that's how he flies. He uses combustion. But actually, when he ends up, you know, I guess he can't be on fire the entire time. I don't know why, but he can't. He ends up, you know, you got to blow out the flames, right? And actually, he becomes a very smoky version of himself. And so that's... Yeah! Gibson Lens got the Heat Man. There we go. And so that is the Human Torch, a.k.a. Johnny Storm. Now, they end up going back to Earth, and they're like, we have all these powers. They come up with all these nifty names, and they decide they're going to try and do something good for all of humanity, so they create the team, the Fantastic Four. And that, my friends, is Fantastic Four. Marvel style. Alchemedition says, I'm sure breathing would be difficult after a while, being on fire. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so for anybody who didn't know, I guess that's the one that I kind of stake my claim. I came up with that one. So all of the parts were actually a bunch of other tricks that I cobbled together, but I'm pretty sure nobody else has that presentation. So what bothered me originally was that there's a card trick called the Fantastic Four, sometimes called the Fabulous Four, also sometimes called the Fantastic Five or Fabulous Five, but they all did the exact same thing. And they didn't do what I thought that they should do with, you know, the Marvel version. And so I was like, let me put it together. And so I threw this together. And I was hesitant to put it on the trick list for a long time, but because I don't know if Mark Rides is here, but because of Mark Rides, basically, he inspired me to just put it on my trick list, and it's been there. So there we go. I'm super proud of the trick. So I don't know why I didn't put it on before, but anyway, that's that. So that was Fantastic Four. Thank you so much for the request, Alchemutation. And then I know we have a gigantic card redeem, so let's let me do something for the Magician's Choice there. I'm trying to figure out what to do at the moment, because it is a little tricky. Nerd magic makes magic even better. I mean, I agree. Can you twist the aces with big cards? Yes! Yes, I can! Let's twist the aces. Let's do that. Great suggestion. I love it. Alright, here we go. And I only know I can do that is because I have tried. Alright, first things first. Oh, you know what? Let me intro this like I would on a YouTube video. because I have a little snarky bit that I do when I start. Let me find all the gigantic aces. Also, for comparison size sake, so here's a jumbo gigantic card. Here is a regular playing card, and about 4 of these can fit on this card, on the gigantic one. So just so you know. All right. Will this be challenging? Yes. I feel like it should be okay, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. All right. I saw this with the triangle cards on YouTube and loved it. Oh, dude, thanks for watching the triangle card video. Yeah, so FYI, we'll talk about the triangle cards in a minute. But also, Twisting Aces is one of my favorites. Excellent. Craig, if you don't know how to do this, I need to teach you the sleights to do this and then teach it to you. So, all right, okay. So we're not actually going to be using these, but this is how I would start. So on my YouTube, I'd be like, hi everybody, now I'm here, and today we're going to be doing magic with playing cards. But not these playing cards, with these playing cards. So, I have the 4 aces here, and what we are going to do is, we are going to be twisting the aces. So, I do not know how, that would be amazing, dude. Alright, awesome. Alright, Alchemmutation. So, let's talk, we can talk. Alright, Mark Rides, welcome in. Hi, how's it going? We just mentioned you actually because I just finished doing Fantastic Four, and explaining the story about how it got on my trick list. So anyway, welcome in, Mark. How's it going? Those cards are big. Yeah, these are gigantic. All right. So first things first, I would like to turn all of these aces up, 1 card at a time. But if I was to do it like this, that would be cheating because I'm not allowed to do it like that. Because that's how normal people would do it. I literally just we're gonna start over. These cards are gigantic. Give me a break. Okay. All right. Once again, I will start with the cheesy, corny presentation, even though you all know what's going on. But I was telling my cousin about Fantastic Four over Thanksgiving. Oh, awesome. That's so cool. Thanks for, I assume, talking about my trick, because obviously, if people are talking about Fantastic Four, that happens, like, out in the world. Mulligan! Thank you for the mulligan. Oh, I forget if, all right. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, I'll wait for the transporter to clear. All right, there we go. Okay. Hi, everybody. Now I'm here, and today we're going to be doing magic with playing cards. But not these playing cards, these playing cards. Yep, okay. So, all right, what we have here are the 4 aces. And we're going to be attempting to perform twisting the aces. All right, first things first. I would like to turn over all these aces, but 1 card at a time. But if I was to do it like this, that would be cheating, because that's how normal people would do it. So we're not allowed to do it that way. So what I would like to do is, I'm going to go ahead and hold the packet and give it a magical twist. Okay, and so, with that magical twist, we should have turned up the Ace of Hearts. Because look, that's super weird, right? Super weird. But that's okay. Now if I hold the packet and give it a magical twist... I'm sorry, the groaning is probably just going to stick. The Ace of Hearts will have turned itself face down, but the Ace of Clubs is going to turn itself face up. I know, it's hard to believe, but here we are. I know, that's strange, right? That's super weird. That shouldn't happen. That's a little bizarre. Full disclosure, I think this is easier with the triangle cards, and that was hard, than these gigantic cards. That's how difficult I think handling these gigantic cards are. Anyway, I'm going to hold the packet and give it a magical twist. If anybody said size never mattered, it's all about shape, guys. It's all give it a magical twist. And welcome to the 69th Magic stream. All of the aces are face down except for the Ace of Diamonds. There we are. Okay. Alchemmutation says I'm cry laughing. And Imuni says true. This is hilarious, guys. Okay, alright. So, now we need to do the last ace, which is the Ace of Spades. And it has the biggest pip out of all of the aces. And look, even if I give it a magical twist, that's not going to be enough to get it all riled up for tonight. Because look, all the cards are still face down. Man, I haven't had any alcohol, and this is the sassiness I've had. So let me give it 2 more magical twists. You know, you can never go wrong with more magical twists. Hey. But no, the ace of spades will not listen. But you know what the ace of spades is really into? The deck sock. And the deck sock, this was meant for a regular sized deck of cards and not this gigantic. If only I had a magnum sized deck sock. But you know what? That trick, that was enough for the ace of spades to stand up at attention. And that, my friends, Gibson lens with the bad spray. And that, my friends, is twisting the aces with the gigantic cards here on the 69th Magic Stream. Alchemutations says magnum-sized deck sock. That was amazing. Oh my god, I'm almost cry laughing right now. Oh my god. Oh, I need to breathe. That was amazing. Thank you for the claps. I'm Uni. Thank you for the emotes. Gibson Lens. Charlie's Beats. And oh my god. My apologies if I've scared away any young viewers. Although to be fair, I've never said my stream was okay for families or young viewers. Oh, Granny Q! Hey, do a trick for me, lol. Alright, Granny Q. No problem. First of all, welcome in, Granny Q. How's it going? And, yeah, if, let's, you know what? Let's put in a... It's going great. Alchemutations says, I'm so glad I got to raid you on your 69th stream. Yes, tonight is the 69th Magic Stream. Believe it or not. Granny Q, I don't know how you are about dirty jokes, but we've had a few tonight because I figured why not, because it is the 69th Magic Stream. So there we are. But, okay, alright, so can I can shut my eyes? I mean, you can, but you don't have to. I think you're of age. It's okay, Granny Q. It's fine. Alright, hold on. Let me put in a another Magician's Choice for Granny Q. So, alright, we'll do these in this order because Ultimate 3-card Monty, and then Coin Matrix is quick, and then we'll do one for Granny Q. Okay, alright. First things first, let me find Ultimate 3-card Monty. Okay, alright, so once again, if you've been hanging out for a while and you have not hydrated, please hydrate. Alright, here we go. Here we have 3 of diamonds, 2 of diamonds, and an ace of clubs. Now, this game is a game of Ultimate 3-card Monty. Normally, it would just be a trick in which you were trying to win money. But today, here on the 69th Magic Stream, we're not wagering money. Let's pretend that this is a couple, and one of them decides to do the 3-card Monty to the other partner. And tonight, they're going to wager Knights of Passion. Yes, you heard me right. Knights of Passion. Are you... Mark Rides says, are you sober enough to do a dad joke? I mean, I can do a dad joke, but what we did was I twisted it a little bit because it's 69th Magic Stream, so I did some dirty jokes tonight, Mark Rides. But anyway, all right, I'll do those after we do this trick. Okay, all right. So what you're going to try and do is keep your eye on the Ace of Clubs. The Ace of Clubs is the money card, and that's the one that you're going to try and find. Okay, so I don't know why I'm mixing them up. I don't need to mix them up here. So what we're going to do is let me go ahead and place the Ace of Clubs down here in the middle. And then we'll place the... Actually, wait. Before we do that, let me go ahead and place down the numbers. Let's do 1, 2... Hold on, this would be more appropriate if I had 3. Do we have 3? 3. Is this going in the correct direction for you guys? Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, let me go ahead and place the ace under the 1. Place the 2 under the 2. And the 3 under the 3. Now, I'm going to make 2 swaps. Follow where the ace goes. Of course, if you were one of the partners, this would be for a night of passion. 1, 2. Alright, if you are on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen. We'll see where all the votes land, but you're trying to find the Ace of Clubs. And if you're not and you still want to play along, you can go ahead and type one of the numbers in chat, and that's where the ace should be. So, a lot of people I think would guess 3, because we got a couple heat maps there. Mark Rides definitely says 3. I'm Uni says 1. And we have a heat map on 1 as well. So let's go take a look. If you said 3, I believe you would be incorrect because that's where the 2 is. And if you said 1, that's correct because that's actually where the Ace of Spades is. So some people, in this case, it looks like I'm Uni would 1. And of course, under the 2, that's the 3. Congratulations, I'm Uni. You and your partner, you have won one night of passion. Okay, once again, let's go ahead and let me clear the heat maps here. Delicious. I mean, he says pro. That's clubs. Okay, so once again, I don't know why I'm mixing these. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna place them down in the same positions. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and place the ace here under the 1. We're going to place the 2 under the 2. And the 3 under the 3. And once again, I will make 2 swaps. 1, 2. And if you have natural reactions, feel free to just put them in the chat. I love seeing the reactions to this one. Once again, if you would like to play along, go ahead and click directly on the screen if you're on desktop. And if you just want to put a number in chat, feel free to do that as well. Mark Ride says 2. And we do have a heat map on 2 as well. Alright, so for those of you who did not choose 3, that is correct because under the 3 is the 3. And then for those of you who chose, we do have 2 people that chose 1. And for those of you who chose 1, my sympathies, because that is indeed the 2 of diamonds. And then of course, Mark Rides, and then whoever had that heat map, you have won your night of passion, because there's the Ace of Clubs. Granny Q says I win! Granny Q, great job! Alright, so now, finally, we are going to do the finale. So this is for double or nothing. Wow, that was a very horrible... Alright, so here's what we're going to do. So with these cards, I'm going to go ahead and remove one of the cards from play. So I'll take out the 2. So here, we'll remove the 2. And then we'll just have the 1 and the 3. Okay, so once again, for a night of passion with your partner, here we have it. Ace under the 1, 3 under the 3. I will make 2 swaps. 1, 2. Once again, go ahead and click directly on the screen if you're on desktop, or place in chat if you want to play along. This is double or nothing. So if you've won twice, you could double your number of nights of passion. So we've got 1 under 1. We've got 2 under 3. We've got I'm Uni saying 2. And this is why, and let's see, Mark Wright says, I'll sit out and take my winning. Mark Wright is going to take it, all right? You know, this is kind of interesting. I'm learning a little bit something about some of you guys, too, because it's like, I've won. I'm now going to cut my losses. Not double or nothing. We're just going to keep it. And so, anyway, this is why this game is a con, and you do not want to play here. And so here's the thing. If you said the 3, that would be incorrect, because that is, of course, the 3. And if you said the 1, and this is why it's a con, because this is the 2 of diamonds. And for anybody who thought 2 or I'm Uni, here under the 2 off the side is indeed the ace of clubs. And that, my friends, means that Mike Rides takes home at least 1 night of passion. I'm Uni doubles nights of passion. And Granny Q says, poor Grandpa Q misses out again. And that, my friends, is the ultimate 3-card Monty here on the 69th Magic Stream. Oh my god, I'm playing this up. This is so fun. Alchemutation says, I will forever be alone. Alchemutation, I don't believe that. That is, forever is a long time, number 1. And number 2, I mean, you just gotta play the statistics. That's kind of how I approached my dating life when I was younger. It ended up working. Hold on. I can't grab this heat map. It's so difficult. There we go. Thank you kindly for the claps. I'm Uni, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. Okay, now if I believe we have a dad joke redeem. All right, so let's go ahead and do the dad joke redeem. So normally I would do jokes like, you know, hey, I really enjoy my stepladder. I never knew my biological ladder. That would be the normal dad joke of the day. But today is the 69th Magic Stream. So we got... Thank you so much for the dad joke there, Gibson. We do have to play it up a little bit tonight. Okay. All right. What's the difference between a Christmas tree and a man? What's the difference between a Christmas tree and a man? A Christmas tree will stay up for 12 nights, has cute balls, and looks good with the lights on. Checking the gaff meter, welcome in. Oh no, I just got here. Did you all flee? Always flee. Hi, Nam. Hi, checking the gaff meter. How's it going? Hey, thank you so much. I'm Uni. When you eat heat maps, it reminds me of this emote. Oh. Well, you have not met Grandpa, apparently. Ha ha ha! I have not met Grandpa Q. No. I think I had the opportunity, but then we couldn't find each other again later. As a man, I am offended. Alchemutation? My sympathies. Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, here we go. So normally I like to do a couple. So here we go. Did you know that male bees die after mating? Did you know that male bees die after mating? Granny Q says yes. And by the way, this, I believe, is a true science fact, but the punchline is, that's basically their life. Honey, Nut Cheerio. And that, my friends, hopefully that was an acceptable dad joke for the 69th Magic Stream. Mark rides. Oh, we got a cack from Charlie's Beats. All right. Awesome. Okay. All right. That. All right. Okay. Let's see. Next trick: coin matrix. Coin matrix. All right. Check the gaff meter says. Now I'll always imagine the Pac-Man sound when Nom chomps heat maps. Ah. Okay. House Andrel, welcome in and thank you so much for the resub. Woo! Thank you so much. Also, that was a great dad joke. Oh, you're welcome. So yeah, tonight we are not doing classical dad jokes. We are doing dirty dad jokes. So, because welcome to the 69th Magic Stream, House Andrel. Because I know that you just came in. As far as like everybody else, I think they've been here or they're lurking. But oh, also let me delicious. Okay, let's see. Alright, so this trick is going to use 4 coins. So we got 4 quarters here. I'll place them kind of in 4 different corners, like so. And it's going to use 4 cards. It doesn't really matter what the 4 cards are. I'm just using them for cover. And this trick happened... oh, hey! Oh, I've been here, but lol, too bad to say hi. Oh, okay. All right, welcome in. Thank you for. So that means you've heard some of the jokes tonight, and hopefully you enjoyed. Then House Andrel. Seeker of Weird says, "Lurking while I play games, but I support." Woo! Thank you so much, Seeker of Weird. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, so here we are going to do the coin matrix. So I'm going to cover each coin with 1 card, and we're going to attempt to teleport some coins around the table. So this part happens quick, so pay attention. Look, I'm trying to make this coin jump from here up here, because look. And then we're going to make this one jump from here to there. Oh, we got... Hold on. Hands up, hands up. Okay, okay. All right, now we're going to try and make this one jump from here up there. Okay, here we go. And then we're going to make this one jump from here to there. Hey, and yeah. My apologies if I guess things covered things on the screen, but trust me, it looks that good in real life too. Okay, that was the coin matrix. Thank you so much for that request, Mark Rides. Thank you so much for the sound alert. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, now I have a Magician's Choice, but I'm doing one for Granny Q, because Granny Q requested, do a trick for me. So that's what we're going to... Ryan B44, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing, Ryan B? Welcome to the 69th Magic Stream that I've ever had. And we've had a night filled of debauchery. As we'll describe it. Indeed, I did. And I cannot write on the card this time. Actually, Granny Q, if you would like to write on a card, I do have a thing. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to write on the card, but you can sign a card. So this is a different deck from the decks that I brought to TwitchCon, but this is the main deck that I've been using on Twitch to perform magic tricks. And basically, as regulars like sign the deck, if they request a trick that I can do with their card, I try and use their card. But you don't have my card from before, don't you? I do. Granny Q, do you remember what card you used? Because I can pull it out. I don't remember offhand, off the top. But if you tell me, was it a face card? I vaguely remember it was a face card. Granny Q, was it the Queen of Hearts? Okay. Oh, hell no. That's you, right? Granny Q. There it is. The Queen of Hearts. Yep. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Yeah, let me see if I can do something with this. Granny Q. Actually, yeah, instead, yeah, I have the decks off to the side over here. But anyway, yeah, so normally I do have a way for people to sign a card in the main deck. But since I met you at TwitchCon, I have this one signed already by you. So we can use it. So the thing is, I have to decide what trick to do. All right, okay, I've got one, Granny Q. I've got one, and it is going to be, shall we say, dicey? Okay. All right, and I don't want anybody to read too deeply into this because this is just a magic trick, but I'm going to theme it as a little bit of a fun thing. Okay. All right, everybody. This trick is called, it's normally called ace on top, but we're not going to be using the ace. We're going to be using the Queen of Hearts signed by Granny Q. And so, in this case, Granny Q is always on top. Hold on, I feel the urge to... Okay, there you go. Granny Q is always on top. Now, that would be followed by the 2... Oh, wait. We'll wait for that to clear. Okay, so Granny Q is always on top. Now, this is not so much a trick as it is a game. So, there's the 2 of hearts, the 3 of hearts, the 4 of hearts, and the 5 of hearts. Now, here's the thing with this trick, okay? You're going to try and tell me which one is on top. And if it's not Granny Q, it'll be the numbers in subsequent order ascending. Okay, so here's the thing. So first things first, what card's on the top? If you said Granny Q, that'd be correct because Granny Q's on the top. You said I was. Yes, that's right. That's right, Granny Q. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take you out of the equation. So here you are. So what follows Granny Q? In this case, it will be the 2 of hearts because, you know, Granny Q is part of a couple. So there's the 2 hearts. And then, of course, what follows the 2? It'll be the 3 of hearts, and then the 4 of hearts and the 5 of hearts. Important question, what card is this? Some people say it's the 5 of hearts. That means you're trusting of me. Some people say the 4 because you don't trust me, like Granny Q. But Granny Q, is this card not on top? Is this card not on top? I believe. Granny Q says nope. No, but see, look, this is on top, right? So therefore, this should be Granny Q because I trust you, Mark Rides. Mark Rides trusts me. Yeah. Not that I didn't trust you, just saw surprise because look, that's Granny Q on top. Oh yeah, and then this one's going to be the 2, and then the 3, then the 4, and then the 5. Now, here's the thing. We always see Granny Q on the top. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place Granny Q not on the top, and Granny Q is not on the bottom. Granny Q somewhere in the middle. But if we just snap, that's going to bring Granny Q from the middle up to the top. I know, interesting, right? So look, I'm going to go ahead and grab Granny Q and place Granny Q clearly in the middle. So like right here, right there. Okay, and we'll close that up. And if I snap, Granny Q will jump from the middle up to the top. Don't grab too hard, says Granny Q. And there we are. So now look, if we give Granny Q a break, we'll take Granny Q out. Okay, what follows Granny Q? It'll be the 2 of hearts, right? So the 2 of hearts. Now, if I take the 2 of hearts and place it furthest away from where it should be, here on the bottom, like that, but I snap, that 2 is going to go from the bottom up to the top because, here it is. I know. Interesting, right? Would you believe that we can do this trick also with the cards face up Is that a thing? Is that possible? Can we do that? Um. So, all right. This is what we're gonna do. If we here, so these are kind of like scrambled, right? So, all right. This is what we're gonna do. So, in order for these to work out to be in the same order, where Granny Q's on top, Granny Q would have to be all the way up here. The 5 would have to jump down to the bottom. The 3 has to be in the middle. The 4 has to take over the 1. The 2 has to jump all the way up here. And that's basically what needs to happen, right? But all we need to do is find one thing. So look, I'm just going to go ahead and grab Granny Q from the middle of the packet and place Granny Q back on top. Now, would you believe that that's all that it took for Granny Q to be back on top? Yes, of course, you saw me put it there. But everything else is in order because Granny Q says yes. Because look, here's Granny Q. Granny Q is followed by the what? 2 of hearts. It's followed by the 3 of hearts. Followed by the 4 of hearts. And followed by the 5 of hearts. And that, my friends, is Granny Q is always on top. I think I see how that one was done, but I could never duplicate it, says Granny Q. So let's see. If you want to attempt to recreate that, the order of this was that. So you need to get from this state to the end state. And that is maybe the tricky part. Anyway, that, my friends, was Granny Q is always on top. Welcome to the 69th Magic Stream. Alright. Oh my god. I'm having so much fun. But I think I do have work tomorrow. Alright, guys. So first of all, I do see a request for the clear plastic cards. Charlie's Beats. Would you like to request something? Feel free, and then we will attempt to use the clear plastic cards. Or if you just want to shove like Magician's Choice, we'll figure something out to do with the clear plastic cards. Let's see. Next. So Asian, I'm glad to be on top, but it is past my bedtime. This is way too fun, and I could watch you for hours. Thank you so much for the kind words, Granny Q. If you do want to watch for hours, I have all of my VODs up, and they end up going to my YouTube afterwards. So if you want to watch me for hours, you are welcome to. But if you don't, then that's okay. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping in, Granny Q. Take care. We'll see you around. Have a great night. Sleep well. Checking the Gas Meter says, I think once upon a stream, I was always on top. Checking the Gaff Meter. If you ever want to be on top again. Actually, ironically, so here, my hands are right here. I'm not doing anything fishy. Actually, the Twitch deck right now, I'm just going to grab it and not do anything funny. Checking the Gaff Meter. You are quite literally on top right now. So if that means anything to you, maybe coincidence. Maybe I'm magicking, but I'm just letting you know that little tidbit. So, let's see. Glad that torch is passed. All right. Thank you for the Magician's Choice. We'll figure out something for the clear plastic cards. Let's see here. And then Mark Ride's finding the list. Thank you for streaming. You're welcome, Granny Q. Cool. And Mark Ride requested revolver fully loaded based on O's promos. Okay. The man cannot be stopped. Clap. Thank you kindly for the claps. All right. So, let's see here. All right. I think this is probably a good time to last call. Last call. If anybody wants to see any remaining magic, get in the queue now. I will stream again. The problem is I don't know how often I'll be able to do a 69th magic stream. So that's the special thing tonight. Okay. You're sleight of handling even when you're not sleight of handing. No. I mean, what can I say? It's in my blood now. I guess that would imply that there's been a blood transfusion. Okay. Let me see here. Next stream can be the 69 and a half stream. Alright, Charlie, you get your choice. Do you want the Las Vegas, Nevada triangle clear, or do you want the everything's absolutely clear, but you can only see the pips? Okay, alright. These ones. Okay, I'm assuming that that's your heat map, so we will... Oh no, Charlie's beat says Las Vegas. Okay, great. Excellent. Thank you. That helps me out, because then I can see things. Okay, let me see. Alright, so that's that. Here, I can fiddle around with this while I figure out what trick to do. Actually, okay, hold on. There's kind of a new one in my mind. Would it work? Okay, alright. You know what? We're in an experimenting mood right now, so let me... By we, I mean me, so... let me see if this will work, and then we'll do it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so this is going to be a slightly modified version of a trick. So, I talked about this a little bit, I think, I forgot it was last stream or 2 streams ago, but it was called Hellman's Aces. And I thought that its presentation was a little weak. And then I thought that there was a slightly better one called Hold the Mayo. And I think I tried doing it, or I don't know if I just did, but I think I've gotten a presentation that I like of it now. So let me try that first, and then we'll go from there. Hold on, I had to cough. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, there's a lingering heat map right here. Hellman's Aces is in Hellman's Mayonnaise? Yes. And then, so Hellman's Aces is based on Hold the Mayo. And that's why it's called Hellman's Aces, because that's what's... Yes, exactly. So you are correct. Alright, so here we have the 2 jokers. These 2 jokers are supposed to be really good at capturing aces. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and place them directly on top of the deck, and you'll notice that they are going on face up, and I will go ahead and turn them face down. After we do that, they're going to capture in between them 1 ace of diamonds. So ace of diamonds, and now if we go ahead and snap once again, they will be amazing at finding another ace, in this case the ace of clubs. And here's the thing. In the past, when I've done this trick, I felt like the 3rd time that you make something produce, it's awesome, and then the 4th one isn't as great. So here's the slightly modified version. So instead of having the jokers, I'm going to place the jokers face to face like this. Okay, and if I turn all the jokers over, something interesting happens, because you would expect that the jokers would capture something in the middle. But look, if I show you, here's the ace of hearts, but actually they've turned into the aces. Ace of spades and ace of hearts. And that, my friends, is Hold the Mayo. Okay, I know that one's a little bit short, so let me see if I can come up with something else to do with the clear plastic cards here as well. Okay, I think this one might be interesting to do, because I don't think I've ever done it with clear plastic cards. So let me try it. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Kenneth, for the claps, Charlie's Beats. Actually, okay, here we are. All right, so first we have the Ace of Spades. I just found them, of course. Ace of Spades, Ace of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, and Ace of Diamonds. Now, what I want to do with these 4 aces is I want to do something interesting. So if I, let's see, I'm going to do a trick in which, let me demonstrate with the Ace of Spades. If I hold the packet of aces like this, and shake it, hopefully one of the aces will turn face up. Okay. Let's see. Mark Ride says, I'm going to get some rest. If anyone else wants to add a trick, go ahead. Okay. Thank you so much, Mark Rides. Have a great night. Take care. Sleep well. And great seeing you. We'll see you around. And remember to hydrate and stretch. I have not been remembering to do as many hydrate and stretches tonight, so hydrate and stretch. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and give these a magical twist. No, sorry. I said I was going to give these a magical shake. So hold the packet and give it a shake. That shake is actually going to turn up an Ace of Diamonds. Okay, so now all the cards are face down. And now if I hold the packet and give it a magical shake, that's going to turn up Ace of Clubs. I know, interesting, right? We have, let's see, 4 face down cards. But if I hold the packet and give it a shake, that's actually going to turn up the Ace of Hearts. Now, I will show you again. All the cards are face down. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I hold the packet and give it a shake, that'll turn up our final ace, in this case the Ace of Spades. And here, let me see, how do I do this part? Yeah, so if we have all 4 aces, this is the climax of the trick, right? So we've just seen all the aces turn themselves face up. So this is how you use 1, 2, 3, 4 aces, hold the packet, and give it a shake. Now I do just want to show you one thing that you could do with these cards. Let me just spread and just show you all these cards are facing in the same direction. I'm going to go ahead and place the aces and cut them into the middle here, like this. And if I hold the entire deck and I give it a shake, very vigorous shake, and then I spread, that's going to show you that some of those cards have turned themselves face up, and they didn't spread too well, but here they are. And all of those aces have turned themselves face up. Who knew? Very strange. So yeah. That, my friends, is a French twist with clear plastic cards. And I guess it just naturally led right into it, because we found the 4 aces, and then we did a trick with the 4 aces. So, all right, woo! Okay, and that, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and close the queue, and of course I will put in a finale, and then that will be our, we'll call that a stream for tonight. So let's do this, let's do this, let's, what do I want to do as a finale today? That's a great question. Is there something I can theme unnecessarily dirty? I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to like do this on the fly. I don't know how well it would work. Oh, okay, I think, did I do Imagine last time, or did I do Days last time? All right, I'm gonna do Imagine this time. I think that's gonna be good. I might have done Imagine last time, but whatever. Okay. Well, we've reached that time in the stream where I would like to say thank you to everybody who came by and hung out. Thank you so much for all of the raids. Let's see, we got a raid from Mythos Mori and Alchemmutation. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the new follows today. Thank you, House and Drell, for the resub. And Alchemmutation is asking, what is the square root of 69? 8 something. All right, Alchemmutation. There you go. All right. I'm just thinking about when this goes up on YouTube. Do I have to actually flag it? I'm probably gonna have to flag it for like adult language and stuff. Like, oh man. But hey, it could be a hit. It could be like the best stream ever. In which case, anyway. All right. All right. So where was I? Thank you to everybody who came by to hang out. And if you interacted with the stream, whether you requested a trick, chatted in chat, clicked on the heat map, gave me a number, thank you so much. Without you guys, this wouldn't be as fun. Also, thank you for a lot of the banter in chat and helping to inspire some of the things going on today. So, this is fun for me, but I'm a degenerate, says Alchemmutation. I mean, look. No matter who anybody is, you are probably funny to somebody else, regardless, degenerate or otherwise. I mean, also, at this point, like, I'm convinced, if there really is a heaven and hell, I'm convinced I'm going to be partying down in hell with probably a lot of my friends. So, that's, anyway, neither here nor there. But, thank you so much to all of the... I know, I digress. We're on a tangent. Thank you so much to all the lurkers who are here, because if I was just fiddling with cards, first of all, it wouldn't be as funny, certainly, by myself. And then, second of all, it wouldn't... I know how all the tricks are done, so it wouldn't even be magic. The magic has to happen in your mind. And Alchemmutation says, in hell, we will be in good company. For sure. And if we never need to get up to the surface, I mean... we know how to use the devil's elevator. Also, I would like to thank my mod. If you are not following Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Thanks for helping me out tonight, Gibson Lens. Also, always a pleasure to see you in my streams, but also to hang out in your streams. I also mod over there at Gibson Lens's stream. So, yeah, please give Gibson Lens a follow if you're not already following. Plays soothing, relaxing music. Reads from... sight reads from a bunch of different songbooks and plays a bunch of the most popular VGM, other popular music, non-popular music, and also has composed many originals in his own right. So, but also, I would like to say Gibson Lens holds me accountable for sometimes some of the claims that I make. So, for example, the other day, he was asking me about, or not the other day, was that today or was that yesterday? About somebody I met at TwitchCon in real life, and asked me to follow up on whether somebody had become more organized since I met and hopefully inspired him to carry around a little notebook. So anyway, if you're watching or if you know who you are, I mean, I think you commented that you now have a notebook, but let's see if you are more organized. So, and that is the details-oriented person that the Gibson Lens is. Oh, also, is this the first stream since your birthday? So also, if you didn't know, Gibson Lens just had a birthday. Happy belated birthday. I mean, I was there for a birthday stream, but happy birthday again. So, oh, also, I should probably mention, if you are not following our other mod, the Rusty Panda, please give the Rusty Panda a follow, because Gibson Lens is going to be a guest star on the Rusty Panda's show on Wednesday, this Wednesday, Wiki Wednesdays. So if you're not aware, Wiki Wednesday is a, wait, mine is Wednesday? Wait, was there a schedule change? Anyway, so no, I believe your birthday is on Wednesday. Oh, that's so cool. Happy early birthday. Alec mutation. All right. So where was it? Oh yeah. So happy early birthday, and then Gibson Lens is going to be on Wiki Wednesday, on Rusty Panda's Wiki Wednesday this Wednesday. So please go support and hang out. I'm gonna try and lurk. Probably I can't normally make it for the stream for Wiki Wednesdays, but I've peeked in and I've lurked. But definitely go hang out if you want to hang out with both of my mods. So there we are. All right. Okay. Now, I've been busy talking. I haven't even gotten ready for this trick. And with that, everybody, this will be our finale, and then we will find somebody to raid. Okay. All right. Okay, I have a pile of cards here, and I just want you to imagine that. Okay, once again, I don't normally theme tricks like this, but because it is the 69th Magic stream, we will we will theme it like this. Okay. So I have actually. Okay. All right. I have some jokers. Some jokers and a queen of clubs. So here we have Joker, Joker, Queen of Clubs, Joker. And I just want you to know that all the jokers are blue-backed and the Queen of Clubs is red-backed. Now let's pretend that all of the jokers are attempting to pursue the Queen of Clubs in this case. So the Queen of Clubs doesn't like this. So the Queen of Clubs is going to try and leave. So here, the Queen of Clubs is going to try and leave. But the jokers find a way to pull the Queen of Clubs back through the wall, through the floor. I guess it'd be a little bit. So we're going to pretend this is, back through the door, and the Queen of Clubs will appear back amongst the jokers. But the Queen of Clubs really wants to leave, does not want to hang out with the jokers, so she's going to find a way to try and get out. But actually, as it turns out, the jokers have found a way to pull her back in, and now she's getting frustrated. She wants to get out. She wants to leave. This is turning really dark really fast. I'm sorry, everybody. I should not have themed it this way. But hopefully, okay, I'll make it up to you at the end. I'll make it up to you at the end. Okay, here we are. Here, the queen has found a way out because you thought the entire time that perhaps she had trouble trying to leave the jokers, but actually she did find a way to escape because she's not here. And not only that, she exacted her revenge because all the jokers that we thought were here, she has made disappear. And we can say that, she has made them pay with their lives. And that, my friends, is Imagine. Very themed in a dark way for the 69th Magic stream. Oh my god. I apologize, guys. That I did not. Alright, let's see here. Ames Andrew, welcome in. It's Magic Sunday. Yes, it is Sleight of Hand Sunday. And that was the finale trick for tonight, Ames Andrew. Ames Andrew, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. For 2 months. Thank you. Let's see. Ames Andrew. So, Ames Andrew, thank you so much for the resub. And if you wanted to see a night of hilarious debauchery, the VOD will be up right after, and so you can watch it. I basically replaced all the dad jokes with dirty jokes, and we themed as many of the tricks like in dirty ways as best as I can come up with on short notice. But yeah, that's what, and we even showed off the undressed deck as well. So this is the undressed deck, which we were able to show off during tonight. There's a trick that I did called Family Unit, so that would probably be the one to watch if you want to see all the images in the deck. Anyway, let's see. Gibson Lens says, "I'm safely older than you and Nam." I believe I know that I'm out of the three of us, me, Gibson Lens, and Alchemy Mutation. I am certainly the youngest. And Alchemy Mutation, I know that Gibson Lens is older than you. So there we are. That would hopefully settle that. All right. Okay. I won't give ages, but if you just general ranges of older or younger, there you are. I'm the youngest out of the three of us, and Gibson Lens is the oldest out of the three of us. Okay. First time. Welcome in, Juanita Cow. How's it going? Thank you so much for the claps. Let's see. Thank you so much for the claps, Gibson Lens. And let's see. Ames Andrew. Woot! Ryan B. Thumbs up. Thanks for the thumbs up, Ryan B. Ames Andrew says, ha ha ha. All right. Alchemy Mutation says, what does 69 plus 69 equal? Dinner for 4. Alchemy Mutation. This is the most appropriate time for that joke. Any other stream, I may have to not stop read it, but today, whatever. This is fine. All right. Ames Andrew says 69 years old, obviously. Oh, lol. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. This is definitely a different night compared to usual. Of course, I try not to be this dirty every stream. And in all honesty, I try not to do this. But, if there's an excuse to get dirty, this is it. 69th Magic Stream. There we go. Ames Andrew says, sorry, I didn't make it in time for the SOH tricks, but I love the vibes in your stream. Had to sub again. Oh, thank you so much. And as always, Ames Andrew, yeah, if you want to watch the rest of this stream from today, the VOD will be up. And now that you're resubbed, no ads. Wait, you don't get to see, you don't see ads even if you're set for old VODs, right? Actually, I don't know how that works. I very rarely visit old VODs. I guess, yeah. Honestly, sometimes end Sundays, I remember, yo, it's Sleight of Hand Sunday. All right. Yeah, I tried to make it alliterative. But anyway, for anybody else who wants to watch stuff, almost all of my VODs ended up on YouTube after they fall off retention here on Twitch. So feel free to check that out. And then if anybody wants to see pictures of stuff, because I put stuff on Instagram related to TwitchCon and then my recent travel, I made a command for my Instagram. There it is. I don't want to do socials because I kind of want to avoid all other socials for the most part. So that's that. Alright, so let me see who is on, and then we can find somebody to raid. That is the goal. Let's see. Alright, let me see if, hold on. I may have to consult the spreadsheet to see if it has a tiebreaker. There's like 3 people I want to potentially raid. And of course, curses, there's an ad. Alright, so let me wait for the ad. Alright, let me see here. Search. Oh, well, okay, that makes life easier. I've never rated this person, according to the spreadsheet, so we're going to be rating this person. Let me just make sure that everything's going on after... Oh no, they're not on yet. I hate that. Alchemy, I thought I was following you, but I found you on Insta. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't really do much. Normally it's just like personal stuff, and I mostly post like pictures of food. But I'm kind of starting to do a little bit more with Instagram because I'm trying to not do as much with the artist formerly known as Twitter, I guess. That's let's see here. Okay, we're gonna go to one of my other somebody else in the backup, or not the backup, but like one of the other three people. Let's see. Let's see. Has it been a while since I rated? Okay. All right. Oh, I rated. Okay. Yeah. It's been a while since I rated this person. So let me just make sure that she is still going. I know some people like to look for raids before they end, but I found that that's bit me too many times, so I just do it right when I need to. So, okay, all right, guys, we're going to be going over to. Oh, Obi-Wan, hello, welcome in. How's it going? All right, guys, we're going to be rating 7 Senshi. If you guys are unaware, 7 Senshi is a flautist, plays flute, and likes to play VGM and anime music. And I also got a chance to meet her at TwitchCon this year, so that was fun. So let's go ahead and let me start the raid. Boom. Raiding. If anybody would like to copy a raid call, here's some raid calls. Whoops. Subratty. Oh man, I can't type. Subraid. Did you know there are 69 notes that can be played on flute? Ams Andrew, I did not know that. That is, yo, thank you for letting me know. That is brilliant. It was meant to be tonight. Oh crap, I got a copy of my own raid call. Wait, Ams Andrew made that up. Oh, come on, Ams Andrew, you got my hopes up. So, but let's all say it anyway. No, now I have to go look it up on my own. So we're totally going to do that. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, stopping by, hanging out. Thank you so much for just being you guys and making the stream fun. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. Take care. Remember to hydrate, stretch, sleep well, eat well. And we'll see you guys around. All right. See ya. Bye.